Alright, so what's going on, everybody? Haven't posted any videos in a while, so I figured I'd just talk about this real quick. Wanted to talk about the antidepressants I'm on, why I took them, briefly go over my history with depression, side effects I've had, stuff like that. So, I think most of you already know that I've had suicidal depression since I was very, very young. Since I was about 5-6 years old, that's when I got suicidal depression. I've nearly killed myself quite a few times, starting from when I was very young. When I went vegan, my suicidal depression improved, and I just ended up having depression, and those suicidal thoughts went away. Recently, in the last couple years, I've developed suicidal depression again. The only obvious trigger for it, I think, is the pandemic. I just haven't been able to go out as much, and I think I'm kind of prone to getting cabin fever. So I decided to go on antidepressants and try those, see how things went. It just got to a point, the depression was so bad that I couldn't function, and I was actually worried that I might just, kill myself. When I get suicidal feelings, it tends to be very spontaneous, and I don't think rationally. So, if I'm walking over a bridge, I might just suddenly get the urge to just jump off, something like that. So it's pretty dangerous. So it's been a little over a year now, I think, or close to a year. I can't remember, my memory's fucked right now, but it's been close to a year that I've been on antidepressants. My doctor recommended that I try an SNRI, which stands for serotonin norepinephrine reuptake inhibitor. So it's not an SSRI, it's an SNRI, and it's called Prestique. I believe the generic name for the medication is dizenaflaxin. Not sure if that's how you pronounce it, but that's the medication I've been on. And so far, it's worked extremely effectively. As soon as I started taking it, literally the first day, I felt normal. It was weird. When I'm in a depressive state, I feel like I can't experience any joy or happiness, activities that I normally really like. I just feel nothing. It feels like I'm completely dead inside and there's no reason to exist, and I just have this constant pain of existence. And literally the first day I started taking them, I felt good. It was weird. I was like playing video games and I'm like, oh my god, I'm enjoying this. I was relaxing, watching movies with Jasmine, and I just felt like, wow, I'm enjoying myself and I'm happy. So they're not like literal magic happy pills that, I don't know, it's not like a drug-like high where you get some sort of temporary euphoric sense. It just makes, at least for me, this is my experience on them, it just makes me feel normal. Like, things that should make me feel good and happy, I feel good and happy from. I can still get sad. Like, things that should make me sad will make me feel sad, and things that do make me angry do make me angry, but I'm just like a normal functioning human being on them. As far as side effects, though, I've had some issues with side effects recently, and I'll get into that, but when I first started taking them, I was on 50 milligrams a day. Initially, what I noticed was really, really bad fatigue. That ended up going away after about a week. As soon as I'd take like a pill, it would pretty much knock me out, and I'd have to sleep for at least 3 or 4 hours. That went away after about a week, and I had sort of normal wakefulness during the day. I could sleep fine. I also noticed a reduction in penile sensitivity, just slightly. It wasn't harder to get an erection, but it was just a slight reduction in sensitivity. It was a little tiny bit harder to orgasm. But again, that went away after about 2 weeks. And that was, oh yeah, and hunger. My appetite went down massively. That took a little while longer to normalize. I just did not feel hungry, and I had to make sure that I planned my meals ahead of time. I couldn't rely on just normal hunger signals to tell me when to eat. And that took about a month to normalize. So, really, after about a month of taking the medication, no real noticeable side effects, and I was just functioning mentally normally, no suicidal thoughts. I could actually feel happiness when I was supposed to, good general overall sense of well-being. And one, like, I think probably the most important thing on the medication is, if anything was inconvenient or got in my way, I didn't make a big deal out of it. Like, when I was depressed, the most minor inconvenience, like if a store I was planning to go to ended up being closed and, you know, kind of put me down a bit, like I wanted to buy something but then I couldn't that day, it would fuck me up. I was like, okay, well, you know what, I might as well just kill myself on the way home. Like, what's the point of living? Just, I'd make a big fucking deal out of the most stupid things. But on the medication, even something pretty major, like an injury, I tore my adductor longus muscle doing squats, and I literally couldn't even walk for 2 weeks, and I couldn't train, obviously. You know, I just thought, you know, that sucks, but, you know, it'll heal, and I'll go back to training fairly soon. It's not a big deal. Like, I had a normal, rational functioning mindset while on the Prestique. Now, the only problem I've had recently, I ended up upping the dose of the medication from 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams. The reason that ended up happening was I ended up having like psychotic symptoms for a week. I was having hallucinations. I was just acting very erratically, and I went to the doctor to talk about it because obviously that's pretty concerning. She recommended that I up the dose of the medication, again from 50 milligrams to 100 milligrams. Turns out, I guess I still have to figure it out, but I don't think it was necessary. I think I was just suffering from cabin fever. Because of the winter, and it's snowing like crazy and being cold as shit out. And on top of that, the pandemic, like, where am I even going to go if it's nice weather out? I was stuck inside just constantly, and I think I literally didn't leave my apartment for over a full 2 weeks. Like, I didn't even step outside the door. So I think I just developed really bad cabin fever from that, and that's what was causing some of those weird psychotic symptoms. I just got so irritated and cooped up. I was just going a little nuts. I have been getting a really annoying side effect from the Prestique medication I'm on, which is just insane exhaustion. At 100 milligrams, for whatever reason, I'm just fucking tired constantly, no matter how much I sleep, no matter how much I rest. Even when I don't train, I sleep all day and I just relax, I'm still just dead tired. And that's one of the reasons why I haven't been posting many videos. Well, any videos, really. Even my streams, I haven't been setting up goals on the stream to stream longer because I'm just dead fucking tired constantly, and I might just have like a really bad wave of fatigue where I just can't keep streaming. It happened the other day where I was planning to do a really long stream, at least 12 hours, but I think at like around 4 or 5 hours I was just dead, and I had to just call it off and just sleep. So right now I'm going over to the pharmacy and picking up the updated medication dose. I'm going back to 50 milligrams. And hopefully things just go back to normal and I just have, normal energy levels and I'm not tired constantly. And one last thing I wanted to talk about. If you're ever on a medication like this, do not miss doses. Holy shit. Really bad idea. So because of the fatigue, it's super annoying. Like, I can't do anything, right? Sometimes I even struggle, like, getting up to train. So, I thought, okay, what if I just take 2 days off the medication and I'll see if I have any more energy. Because the fatigue was just frustrating me so much, I literally couldn't get up to do anything. So I took 2 days off of taking my meds. Really bad idea. As soon as I did that, like on the second day, I had really, really strong suicidal urges. I came within an inch of attempting suicide. And I had to ask Jasmine to hide all of the sharp objects in the house that I could use to kill myself with. But once I was on the medication again, my mood stabilized pretty quickly. It takes about 3 days. The first day of taking the meds, my suicidal urges went away, but I was still like really, really up and down in mood. I could feel like super sad, but I didn't feel like committing suicide. And then on the second day, a bit better. Still, mood hasn't totally stabilized. And then on the third day, I'm mostly normal. So yeah, just make sure if you're on those sorts of meds, don't go off them, especially if you have suicidal tendencies. Really, really fucking bad idea. I learned that the hard way. So that's about it. Just wanted to chat about all that crap with you today. And I'm going to go into Costco now, pick up the new meds. Hope you enjoyed the video, learned something, whatever. And as always, keep making those not suicidal games.
Life is brief, don't let that get you down. Don't let that get you down. It's all gonna go away soon, but there ain't news to you. Why you so upset about it? Life is brief, don't let that get you down. Don't let that get you down. It's all gonna go away soon, but there ain't news to you. Why you so upset about it? Seem lost, love drop, long days to gone nights. Life pretty heavy, don't you let it stretch your posture. Close your eyes and you might miss it. The first steps, the funeral processions. Bygones is far gone, my dead dad is on one. I ate a bunch of bad decisions.